Well, these are challenging and uncertain times as we work out how to do family life together. We have 24/7 news bulletins coming in and keeping us informed. But somehow the relentlessness of it can feel overwhelming. And if it feels overwhelming for us as adults, how much more so for our children? Maybe we just have the news on as background while we're cooking their tea, but we forget that little eyes are watching and little ears are listening. So how can we talk to our children in a way that reassures them? Well, here's a couple of ideas. Firstly, be prepared. It's worth being on the front foot and thinking about what we're going to say, appropriate to their age and their temperament. Secondly, find a good time. During the everyday things of family life is generally a great time for doing this. So maybe when we're playing Lego, when we are cleaning out the hamster, and especially meal times. Thirdly, let's listen. Listen to what's really going on for them. I have a friend and she prepared a science lesson about viruses that I think would have given Einstein a run for his money. But it turned out when she listened to her child that actually his concern was more about why they couldn't go to the coffee shop after school. Let's empathise. We can come alongside them and really listen to their feelings as to what's going on. So maybe we think that their worry is something that's really quite insignificant. Instead of dismissing it, let's give them value. Come alongside them and let them know that we understand. And then we can give reassurance. So 7-year-old Jade was drawing a picture for her grandmother. And whilst she was doing it, she was able to voice something that had been worrying her all week. She said, "Mummy, is Granny going to get ill?" Well, this mum, instead of looking at the things that she couldn't control, really focused instead on the things that she did know about and could be sure about. And so she could say that the government were doing everything they could to help keep Granny safe. That Granny was at home on her own, she wasn't seeing people, she was washing her hands lots, and all those things would help her stay well. And if she did get ill, there were lots of doctors who would come alongside and look after her. Now, we heard a lovely story. A mum had a child who was particularly anxious, and they got a shoebox, they decorated it, and they called it the worry box. And whenever this child was anxious, she would either draw a picture or she would write down the thing that she was worried about. They would talk about it and then post it into the box, out of sight and out of mind. Now, at the end of the day, of course, we need to explain things to our children as best we can. But it's okay not to have all the answers. Most of all, what will matter when our children look back on this time is that we were there for them.